everybody. This is me, Meera, and you are watching me on Skillopedia, a place to learn skills for the real world. We all have one thing in common. And what is that? That is a tendency to get confused between choices. The good choice or the right choice. We repeatedly go back and forth with our decisions. We also listen to few people. We end up looking on Google, watch a lot of videos probably, but then at the end of the day, we are still at the same point and not comfortable making any decision right now. So where are we? We are at the same start point where we started and we still cannot decide. Well, by the end of this video, you would have learned points to ask yourself to be able to reach to that right decision for yourself at that point. Well, let us first understand what is right decision and what is a good decision. Making a decision is just as good as a game that time plays on us. It is always about the time, isn't it? The place, the situation, and the people involved. If you're on a diet and you're very hungry, it is the decision that you take at that time whether to eat a burger or not. Choosing any job, just because you don't have one right now. What state of mind you're at that point to make a decision will ultimately decide if it was a good decision or a right decision. But we need to avoid that confusion, right? So let's get started. You will believe me when I tell you that we all are emotional fools that way. Once my friend wanted to shift her career path from working in a bank to becoming an air hostess. So she started her research and later informed her family and friends that she's going to switch her job and her career path. Everyone in her family and friends told her it was very risky decision and she would end up not only spending a lot of time but also a lot of money, right? Her logic told her that she will have to spend most of her savings, leave her job, start studying, and go for classes. It was against everyone's logic. But you know what? Her intuition told her it was worth it. She got out of her job, started her classes in aviation and French language as well, spent most of the savings, and took one whole year before she even got a job in an international company. The efforts here were worth it, worth her career-wise as well as her happiness. But she taught me something very important when I said I wanted to switch my career too. She said, Meera, it worked for me at that point and at that time to follow my intuition. But it might not work again and it might not work for you. And that is the point, you guys. A good decision makes you feel good for a short period of time. A good decision is so much to do about just, feeling good, thinking more from the heart and going with it. It might work once, but it might not work again and it might not work for others just because it has worked for you. Another short incident that happened with me. As a fresh high school graduate, I had to choose a stream and I chose science. You know why? Because all my friends were choosing the same. Has it happened to you guys? I was not getting any time for sports, dance practices because of studying classes, and I still scored less. I realized I had made a decision just because I didn't want to get out of my comfort zone and wanted to stay with my friends, follow what they're doing. Later, I really regretted that decision. So, why don't you tell me what I should have done? Do one thing, write to me in comments how I should have handled this situation better. Moral of the story here was, short-term vision is safe only in the moment, not for the long vision. Guys, after making many mistakes time and again, I understood that I must use my brain for analysis and then check it with my heart. So here are few tricks and tips on how I started doing that. Ask yourself, does the decision that you are making expand you, your future, and open possibilities for you? If the answer is yes, then the decision is yes, no matter how terrifying the road or the path is for you. It could be moving out of your parents' house, studying and working full time at the same time. Or it could be changing your career path all over again, even when you're 30. You must brace for impact for the long term, as it is a slow process at times, The best decision when you're confused between heart and logic is, here it goes, write all what you think. Write down both the things, all the things that you are thinking of, their pros and their cons, the steps that you will take to reach both the goals. Who else will your decision impact? When you will be able to see it in front of you, then evaluating it would be much, much clearer. And then you would be confident in your decision as well. Let us see how to strengthen decision-making muscles. First, write what is the result you want. For example, I want a career that will help me travel. I want to lose weight. I want to speak fluent English. Reach a managerial position in just 2 years. Simple? Now it's written. List all your options, as many as you can. So, let's say I want a career that will help me travel all around. So my options are, I can choose photography, tours and travel, write for a travel magazine probably. If I want to lose weight, my options are just diet, diet plus workout, just workout and exercises and no diet. Right? Now that I've written, I will move on. List all pros and cons in front of each option. For example, photography as an option, my pros, that means advantages, are I will get to travel, I get to see new things and different things, my work would be all over social media. Okay, now let's look at cons, that means disadvantages. It will take a long time to earn enough money. I will spend a lot of money on my camera and lenses, right? Working hours can be really extreme. Okay, so the next thing, write down the worst thing that can happen for each option. As a photographer, I will not get recognized easily and hence won't get paid enough, right? Worst thing as a travel guide, what could happen? I could get a desk job. Worst thing if I want to lose weight, I will just not lose weight no matter what. Now, once you've written all this, in the next logical step is, who else will this impact? My family, my kids, my colleagues, my own body? Could be few options that your decision could impact, right? By now, you guys have a complete sheet and all the things you need, your steps, your advantages, your results, disadvantages, who all will it impact? With the help of this, you will be able to pick the most suitable and logical option. Now, with continuous practice with this method, slowly you wouldn't have to write it down as well. But guess what? I have got some tricks that will help you even further. I call this body check test. What does your physical body say when you put yourself in that situation, when you start imagining it? Sudden shifts in your body can make you realize how you feel about it. Your stomach feels heavy, your head feels light, your body just gets encouraged. You know what? Your body doesn't lie. Fast forward test. Here, you have to travel to the worst case scenario. What can happen? What's the worst that can happen? What if it all goes wrong? How would you feel, or how would you deal with it? Is it about losing some money, losing a job or a family? Just write it down. You must write down how you would deal with it, or how you would lift yourself up when everything goes wrong, when everything goes bad. The best thing ever test. Think through what all are the possible advantages. Will you grow creatively, financially, emotionally? Make it detailed and specific. What is the best thing possible with this decision? How long lasting will it be? Right? I call this test drive. Check if there is some way you can test your option. Just probably take up a class before you choose a subject. Borrow a camera to see if you have the skills, post it on Instagram and see your comments. If you were supposed to do a career shift before you quit the job, check if you can possibly get into any internships or studying just to see if it suits you and if you love it. So there you go. This brings me to the end of the video. I am sure you will now be able to think before every decision as to what you want to do. But remember, at the end, make sure you are happy, because when you smile, you can make others smile. And that in itself has a great rush. That is all for today, you guys. I will see you very, very soon. Until then, be good, do good, keep smiling. This is me, Meera, signing off for the day.